congratulations, you won. You bullied me into giving the Folk of the Air series a second try. I got way too many comments from you guys to ignore it, so here I am, open-minded, ready to give Carden a second chance. You better pray that he doesn't pull another stupid shit, because I will literally dive into the book and strangle the little brat. Not only will I continue this series, but I'm also going to read If Only I Had Told Her, which I really, really don't want to do. If you didn't know... Well, that was fun. This is a usual occurrence to me. Bi-weekly, usually. Now, if you didn't know, If He Had Been With Me has a second book, right? I read this one. This is about a couple I wish you will never read about, but more on my vendetta against Autumn and Finney later in the video. This video is all about second chances. That and, well, torturing myself, mostly. Now, I'm not promising that I will be finishing the books, but you for sure are going to watch me struggle to do that. This is going to be a mostly spoiler-free video. I'm going to try my best. We're going to start with The Wicked King, but before that, I want to rant a little bit. I read The Cruel Prince in January this year, and it was the biggest disappointment since then. I literally expected more in all areas, and if you want to see the video in which I talk more in depth about why I dislike The Cruel Prince, is this video here, and it's also in the description box. Now, it just wasn't enough. I needed more action, more intricate politics, deeper interactions, also less annoying bratty male face, if possible. It felt like a bully romance to me. I mean, kicking dirt into her food just for funsies, not my thing. It's basically Jude, a woman in the Fae world that gets tangled into their politics. That's basically it. And the romance is just a subplot, which is fine, but the little romance we got was not satisfying at all. I just don't buy the I'm emotionally damaged, so I'm just going to be a brat and make your life miserable, even though secretly I like you. No, I just don't buy it. It is too childish. And the political intrigue was also a bit disappointing, and don't even get me started on the Apple Store. You cannot mix magic with iPhones. You cannot do that. Now, if there's one thing I liked about this book, it is the writing style. I wanted to DNF it halfway through, but the writing style just kept me there, and for that alone, I will have to admit and shout it out loud that Holy Black really knows how to write a book. Was the book bad? No, actually not, but I feel like it was underdeveloped and a bit bland. Now, from my experience with ACOTAR, the first book is not always the best. So hopefully this is the case with the Folk of the Air series. So let's start. Here I am, trusting all of you, okay? Why do I feel like Jude is kind of a badass? I do not like to admit it, but I might have been wrong. I mean, at least up until now, regarding Jude, she's not that boring after all. I really love that she can lie, and she had an encounter where she was literally slapped in the face, right? She has power now, right? She is, I don't know how you call it, but she has power now. She is behind the scenes, right? So no one knows that she actually has power. She's still just a girl to everyone. But she kind of needs to play the role so that people don't really know what's going on. What's happening with the light? Whatever. And she plays the role, but but she is proud, right? She likes power. So she gets slapped. She takes it because she cannot say anything at that point. But after that, she stop it! Okay, I'm getting a new light, like today. Back to what I was saying. She literally takes it because she has to, but then we know she's proud. We know that she loves power. She herself says that power can get to her head pretty easily, right? And oh my god, the way she she is vengeful, and I kind of like that. And literally just a few days ago I said I wanted a badass FMC, and I feel like Jude might be the one. We gotta talk about Carden a little bit because he seems so nonchalant, you know what I mean? So it sounds like he wants to be so indifferent to everything that's going on, but he kind of cares. And I don't know, am I seeing Carden as a human Fae being? Am I truly giving him a chance? I do not understand what's going on. Jude is kind of commanding him in a way, right? And this woman asks him, "And will you let this mortal girl answer for you?" His mouth twists, curving. "I suppose I shall," he says finally. "It amuses her to keep me out of trouble." Now, I feel like I might really like this book. Who knows? Who knows? I'm going back to reading. Also, I didn't tell you that I am listening to the audiobook at the same exact time because it's more immersive. Also, I'm just reading on the floor. You know that already. I do that all the time. "Kiss me again," he says, "drunk and foolish. Kiss me until I'm sick of it." Carden, you little naughty Fae. Why was he so straightforward? Okay. If you're the sickness, I suppose you can't also be the cure. Okay. Okay, what's going on? Why am I liking Carden? Why am I liking Carden? Like, he is kind of a brat still, but he's kind of hot, isn't he? I mean, where is it? They dance together, they have some kind of an understanding. I mean, he doesn't want her to suffer, but he can't really say that, and he sort of, I think that he gets off of her disliking him in a way. It's kind of weird, the dynamic, but the tension is there. It's all over. I feel the tension. It's tension everywhere. Tension, yeah. Now, first of all, while listening to the audiobook, I realized that it's not Loki, it's Locke. Whatever, Locke sounds even worse, so now that I know he is an actual piece of shit, I am glad his name is Locke. That being said, that little shit, I hate him so much. He humiliated Jude. But Jude, I like that she is a damn woman, okay? She is a woman. She's very cool. And I'm annoyed that she has to go through what she has to go through and being humiliated like that. But then I already know she is going to get revenge. I know it. And that Taryn, or whatever her twin's name is, fuck off. I hate her so much. And Jude is such a little witch. She made him dance with her. I don't know. I am amazed. I think that a public apology will be needed in the future. Though I am not one to rush it. Maybe it's going to be bad. Maybe Carden is going to annoy the shit out of me by the end of this book. And maybe then I was right before. And I am just confused right now. Who knows? I am 100 pages in, and I'm very excited to know what's going to happen. So I'm gonna go back to reading. I'm just a little tiny bit confused with what's silly, what's unsilly, what rooms we have. But you know what? I'm a vibrator. I mean, it feels good. Who am I to wonder who undersea silkies, whatever these people are? Who am I? That's fine. I don't need to understand that. I nod and I'm halfway through the crowd when I realize two things. One, he gave me an order, and two, I obeyed it. The tension between these two is something else. I like it. I kind of like it. Yeah. I can't believe I forgot to read you a quote. It just took me out. Now, let me show you to you. Yes, I dog-ear the book sometimes. Sue me. I hate you. I whisper before he can speak. He tilted my face to his. Say it again. I will control myself.
Decided to go on a run and listen to the audiobook at the same time. Now, usually this doesn't really work because I can't focus on it. But this time, I surprisingly can. I'm running while Jude is fighting, so kind of like that, to be honest. I was completely wrong. Locke is the piece of shit here, not Carden. Carden is the victim. Well, I did run for 22 minutes and I didn't stop, which is absolutely wonderful. Now, I did run very slow. I had 9 minutes per kilometer, so. Well, at least I didn't stop and I am listening to my audiobook, so that's great. I was completely wrong about every single character. Belkin is, oh my god, he is despicable. And Jude, she's just a girl. After all, why does she have to go through all that? They torture her like that, and she imagines it's actually Carden. When she's forced to kiss someone, she imagines it's Carden, and oh my god. I think this is a 5-star read.
What the heck just happened? I finished it seconds ago, okay? I started the camera once I was done. I don't know what to believe, because Carden is... Like, is he... Oh no. Did he do it to protect her? But then he humiliated her once again. But then how is he so powerful? Okay, I said that in The Cruel Prince, the political intrigue was not it, okay? It was just the beginning. Duarte had a lot more schemes up her sleeve. Apparently, Carden had a few of his own, like really definitive ones. This is a 5-star read. I was terribly mistaken. I made the greatest mistake of my life in the book community, and this is my public apology. I deserve to be bitten with a silver rod. Why silver? I don't know. But I deserve to be bitten really thoroughly for what I have said. I still do not know what my opinion is on Carden, because up until literally 5 minutes ago, I thought he was an angel. Now I'm back to him being a piece of shit, but at the same time, I don't know what's going on. Jude, on the other hand, oh my god, such a badass, and I do not have any words apart from telling everyone that they should not listen to anyone who says that Cruel Prince is bad. And with other series, the first book is just a beginning, and this is one of those series. If everyone says it's a good book, then perhaps it kind of is a good book or a good series, okay? Now, would I say that this would be everyone's cup of tea? Not really. The tension is there. I feel like I have a murderous intent right now after finding out what happened. If you want to go through that, sure, go ahead. If not, then I would say choose something else. Yeah, 5-star read, Wicked King. Cruel Prince is still a 2.5 star, let's say. But this is definitely a 5-star read, and I am terribly sorry for literally eating shit when it comes to Cruel Prince. Also, might I add that Vivi is a terrible girlfriend and she doesn't deserve Heather or whatever her name is. This is a smoothie and it tastes like shit. As you can definitely see, I'm sorry about the light, it's going to be annoying for a little bit. The Wicked King or the Cruel Prince series, The Folk of the Air, whatever, was a success. Now, as I've told you today, the second series I'm going to give a second try is the If He Had Been With Me. I don't know if this is a series, but I'm gonna read If Only I Had Told Her. But I'm not doing this because someone convinced me to. I'm reading If Only I Had Told Her because I clearly thrive on pain. For context, I completely despised how this book was written, which is the first one, alright? And the plot, it wasn't that bad. No, I'm lying. It was that bad. There is this one Goodreads review saying that this book felt as if you were watching a turtle slowly making its way across the continent only to fall off a cliff. And that's exactly how it felt. It's the perfect description. What I mean is that if we were to change the writing style, the ending, the main character, and make it half the length, then it could have been a good book. I know I'm harsh about it, but I really disliked this. Now with the second book, with what I picked up from TikTok, it's supposed to be the MMC's point of view. Now that makes me a bit happy because the MMC wasn't as insufferable as Autumn was in the first book, which is the FMC. I know I sound a bit rude, but the author was ruder when she dragged me through 300 pages of the thoughts of a 13-year-old only to finish the book as she did. Now, if you know, you know. It was very annoying, and yeah, I do not want to read about that again, but you know what? This is me torturing myself for you. I will try to give as little spoilers as possible, but you gotta know a bit about what the book is. So this is about Finny and Autumn, two childhood friends that are secretly in love with each other. That's basically it. And once they want to truly be together, life comes in the way and something happens, things happen. It doesn't turn out as it should. Now, was that the biggest spoiler ever? Most likely. Now, I'm not going to spoil the second book, though you already know what happened if you read the first one. I don't know what I was trying to say. Enjoy. I'm gonna read on my phone and listen to the audiobook at the same time. And like, sometimes, whatever. Well, I don't have... Bye. My penis, based on very minimal evidence, has decided that today is going to be the greatest day of both our lives. This was just so out of nowhere. Oh my god. I think we have another one. Remembering Sylvie robs my penis. Doesn't even sound like a word right now. My penis. Despite what I just read, the writing style is so much better. It has nothing to do with the first book. We don't have the repetitiveness. Do you know the repetitiveness I'm talking about? If you've watched my channel, you probably know I talked about this a lot of times. So, for example, in the first book, we have the My Stomach Flutters, Jamie. The older girls on the squad who had seemed so nice. Yeah, exactly. There were so many things that I did not understand about him over the years, but of course, they all make sense now. So, this was very... It felt very stupid. We had the usual American high school fight over who sits at what table. So I think you understand the idea of how this book felt. With If Only I Had Told Her, we don't have that. We had the occasional related thoughts of the MMC, but apart from that, we are good. He's a bit overly obsessed, which is fine. I feel like the whole book is this is the whole book, which it's all right. I wanted a little bit of more things happening, you know? I am 20-something% in. Much better than the first book, though still, I am not that interested in their story. I mean, I just do not really care. I already know what happens, you know? Go back to reading. So at 41% in, I read all of Finney's point of view. Okay, so now I know exactly what happened, and honestly, it is so very depressing and sad to read about things like this, about death and grieving and how that affects every other person that were in their life. And I really don't want to go in depth about what had happened. Most of you probably know what happened in the book already, but I don't really want to read about that. It's not a bad book as the first one was, in my opinion. I really truly believe that the first one was poorly written. I think that the author wanted to sound as a 13-year-old, but at the same time, okay, I'm reading about a 13-year-old, but I don't want to feel like the book was written by her. With this one, it's not like that. It is a good book. I think it's so hard to explain. I just do not want the opportunity to feel like this through a book or through whatever. Why would you want to subject yourself to this? I mean, it makes you put yourself in that exact situation and you start making different scenarios in your head as if you are going through that traumatic event, and I am one to stick to those thoughts for a long time, and I do not want to be in that headspace. So this book is definitely able to make you cry, but I am trying my best to read it from afar rather than being in the book, because I just do not want to truly feel those things while reading. I've been wandering through my room and just tidying and whatnot because I don't want to stay in one place while reading. Now, it is interesting to read this book because it makes you really take a deep dive into how you view your own life and how you need to be grateful for just being alive and cherish every single good moment. And at the same time, whenever you have this imposing grave issue that takes over your mood and your life, you just need to understand that it's going to pass. Now, was I in the mood for something like this? No, definitely not. I wanted my giggly books and my adventures. It's certainly a thought-provoking book. Okay, so I don't really care about anyone in the book apart from Finney and Autumn. Like, who's Jack? Why do I need his point of view for a third of the book? I didn't even know who he was up until like 100 pages into the book, which is weird because why am I getting a point of view from him? And also, I don't really care about how much of a bitch Alexis is or how whiny Sylvia is, okay? So I don't really care about that. All I care about is Autumn at this point and Finney, so it's kind of annoying. I finally finished the second book, and dare I say, it wasn't bad at all, really. I mostly read it today in a few hours, and honestly, it's hard to form an opinion on it because there isn't much to critique at all. There weren't things I profusely disliked, neither were there things I profusely adored with the book. It was just a type of book I wouldn't go for usually. I feel pretty neutral about it. I am very glad that the author didn't slam us in the face with another death, though I did feel that she was playing around with the idea. Now, if the first book was a 2-star, the second one probably a 3.5, but it did redeem the whole story for me, because with the second one, the writing style wasn't despicable, okay? I got used with the whole idea of the plot in the first book, so I could accept the second one better. I am being subjective about if I had told her, because it is just not my cup of tea. But I can definitely see why some people would view it as a soul-crushing 5-star read. With this one, I cannot see it at all, but with the second one, yeah. So it wasn't a bad book. It was just not the book for me. Also, as said, I tried to be kind of detached from it because I really didn't want to put myself in the situation all that much. So maybe you might actually like this book. Maybe you're wondering, Aimee, why aren't you reading Queen of Nothing now? Well, I'm here to tell you that I am reading Queen of Nothing, but I'm just not including it in this video because I feel like this is all about continuing series I hated. And now that I read The Wicked King, and I literally loved the book, so now I truly want to continue it, so it doesn't really have a place in this video, does it? Now back to this. This is me, again, apologizing. I am sorry, Carden and everyone out there who heard me rant about how much of an asshole Carden is, though I was true in a sense, right? Because he is kind of an asshole. But I don't really know what's going on. I need to read the book. I'm just gonna read the book, okay? All right, guys, this was the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and watch this video next. And I will be reading Queen of Nothing right now, so bye.